Hello and welcome. I am Gimba Umar. Tonight, Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) to conduct supplementary elections in 44 polling units in Adamawa State on Thursday, March the 28th. President Muhammad Buhari laments rising cases of building collapses in Lagos, threatens to deal with anyone who compromises standards. Central Bank of Nigeria slashes monetary policy rate from 14% to 13.50%, the first cut in over 2 years. An Algerian army chief of staff asked Constitutional Council to declare President Abdulaziz Bouteflika unfit to rule after weeks of protests.
On business news tonight, it was a sluggish Tuesday at the Nigerian equities market on MPC decision day.
On sports news tonight, Paul Onachu scores his first international goal as the Super Eagles of Nigeria defeat the Pharaohs of Egypt in a friendly.
And from the nation's capital, Acting Chief Justice of Nigeria asks military to continue to act within the ambit of the law to win public trust.
The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) will again be very busy in 2 days' time, as it would conduct supplementary elections in Adamawa State on Thursday, March the 28th. This follows a court order which lifted the restriction on the Commission to conduct a rerun in 44 polling units in the state. INEC had fixed March the 23rd, 2019 for the supplementary polls, but the court stopped the exercise pending the determination of the suit brought before it by the governorship candidate of the Movement for the Restoration and Defense of Democracy, MRDD, Mustafa Shaba.
The decision of the High Court in Adamawa State to vacate the restraining order stopping INEC from conducting supplementary elections in the state on March the 23rd means the exercise can now hold in the state. The lead counsel to the People's Democratic Party is relieved that INEC can conduct rerun elections in the state.
The court set aside the ex parte order in unequivocal terms. The court also dismissed the application for injunction filed and argued by MRDD and their purported governorship candidates. So the coast is now clear for INEC to conduct the rerun election.
But the Council to the Movement for the Restoration and Defense of Democracy, which filed a lawsuit against INEC, is not backing down on the case.
What the court did was to grant what they call accelerated hearing. Accelerated hearing merely means that the matter should be heard with dispatch, very, very fast. Let them hear it immediately. And that is why the court said there is no need to stop INEC from doing anything if we are going to hear it immediately. The court has already hinted that it intends to deliver its judgment on Friday. So if you look at what's supposed to happen tonight on Friday, so we have not lost anything.
Meanwhile, a few meters away, a group of MRDD supporters who were denied access into the court are demanding justice for the exclusion of the party's logo on ballot papers during the last election.
The case is in court, so that's why we are protesting. That's what we call peaceful demonstration, so that the court will bear with us and do us the right thing. Yeah, we are pleading the court to do justice in terms of what is happening.
The Electoral Commissioner in the state says INEC is ready for the supplementary elections on March 28th in 44 polling units where votes were cancelled.
As a result of this development, the Commission at the highest level, in consultation with the security agencies, I decided that the supplementary election should hold on Thursday, 28th of March 2019.
Adamawa State is one of 2 states left in the country where the 2019 governorship election is yet to be concluded. Today's court ruling, which allows INEC to conduct the polls on Thursday, will hopefully put an end to the suspense for Adamawa State residents.
Well, in the meantime, Governor Abdulaziz Yari is also heading for the courts. This time, he says that he will be approaching the Supreme Court to seek interpretation of the judgment of the Court of Appeal, which nullified the primaries by the All Progressives Congress in Zamfara State for the 2019 general elections. Governor Yari insists that the judgment did not make any pronouncements as regards the National Assembly, governorship and State Houses of Assembly elections in the state. On Monday, Justice Tom Yakubu of the Sokoto Division of the Court of Appeal set aside the decision of the Zamfara State High Court, which allowed the APC to field a candidate for the governorship elections in the state.
The understanding of what the order says, they said is the three requests from from what I was briefed by my lawyers, that they ask whether the court has confidence and that has the jurisdiction, and they said there is jurisdiction for that court to go on with this case. And about the candidate, they say yes, the candidate they can take part. They have both formed. Some elections has been taking place, and some they have given some numbers by the default. But what is there? They requested that they are not given fair hearing because one of their counter claim was not allowed to be taken in the court, where the court says by that they want to they set aside until that is listened, but they not give order for the higher court to listen to such a counter claim. So I think it's better for us to come to Supreme Court so the Supreme Court can be able to explain what the judgment is all about. But in the entire judgment, there's no order of instructive or directive what to be done or not to be done.
There's more to it. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, appears to be sticking to its guns in the game, as it will no longer present certificates of return to elected candidates of the All Progressives Congress, the APC, in Zamfara State. The Commission says that its decision is based on the Court of Appeal's ruling, which nullified the primary of the APC in the state on Monday. The decision was announced on the social media page of the Commission with confirmation that INEC has received the court ruling. More stories now. The People's Democratic Party's governorship candidate Bala Muhammad now has the people's mandate to govern Bauchi State for the next 4 years. The governorship elections was characterized with intrigues, especially the declaration of an inconclusive election and the legal tussle that surrounded the results for Tafawa Balewa local government area. At the end, the PDP candidate polled a total votes of 515,113 to defeat the incumbent governor Muhammad Abubakar, who scored 625 votes. Our correspondent Hajara Aliu reports.
A court verdict dismissing a suit filed by Governor Muhammad Abubakar paves the way for the resumption and conclusion of coalition for the contentious governorship election result for Tafawa Balewa local government area.
Tafawa Balewa local government has
the coalition officer for Tafawa Balewa, Dr. Musa Dahiru, presents the results to the returning officer, who now concludes state collation and announces a winner for the Bauchi governorship race.
Abdul Qadir Muhammad of the PDP, having satisfied the requirements of the law and scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected.
There is jubilation on the streets of Bauchi. For the residents at the heart of it all, the most important thing was a peaceful election. Governor-elect Bala Muhammad delivers a victory speech.
At the core of this mandate is the crucial drive to give Bauchi State citizens a better prospect and greater opportunity for a prosperous life.
The PDP candidate's victory, Bala Muhammad, comes with a lot of expectations. Many will want to see programs and policies that touches on the lives of the people directly implemented. For now, he doesn't have the majority in the House of Assembly.
We are aware of that. We protect our vote. We taught other states how to protect their vote. He's here in Bauchi that the first time election will be based on what you have done on merit.
The task ahead of the governor-elect includes networking with the state assembly, where his party does not have a majority, to win the support of members. However, one of the key revelations in the Bauchi election is the increasing level of political consciousness in the state. Hajara Aliu, Channels Television News.
Justice Ahmed Muhammad of the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has adjourned a suit challenging the campaign funding of President Muhammad Buhari and the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, to May the 7th. The presidential candidate of the National Rescue Movement, Usman Ibrahim Al-Haji, who filed the suit, wants the court to nullify the participation of the president and Alhaji Atiku Abubakar in the February the 23rd, 2019 presidential polls because they spent more than provided for by the Electoral Act in their campaigns. That's according to him. The plaintiff is also asking the courts to invoke Section 91, subsection 2 of the Electoral Act 2010 to nullify the participation of the two candidates. At a resumed hearing today, the plaintiff's counsel asked the court to deem the matter for hearing following the absence of the counsels to the accused persons in court. The trial judge, however, ruled that the court cannot fix a date for hearing since the defendants are still within the 30 days period for a party to file a response in a suit. Away from legal matters now, President Muhammadu Buhari is not happy with the spate of building collapses, especially in Lagos State, and has promised that those responsible for such unprofessional negligence will face the full wrath of the law. The president gave the warning when he received the leadership of the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors at the presidential villa in Abuja. He also underscored the need to adhere strictly to quality standards in construction projects and avoid cutting corners, as there would be no immunity in order to prevent loss of lives. Our correspondent Gloria Mozuke reports.
President Muhammadu Buhari receives fresh visitors on Tuesday morning. The leadership of the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors, led by its president, Mr. Obafemi Onoshile,
we remain committed.
In what appeared to be a threat, the president addressed the spate of collapsed buildings in Lagos, which left scores dead.
The recent tragic incident in Lagos and many others across the country reminds us of the need to strictly adhere to quality standards when it comes to the construction projects. Young, innocent lives must never be lost due to incompetence and greed. Simply put, no corners must be cut. I want to assure you that those responsible for such incidents of professional negligence will feel the full wrath of the law.
Your Excellency. The president of the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors, however, proffered solutions to end building collapse.
To this end, the NIQS has drafted another bill for enactment to regulate and control building and construction industry health and safety. This law, once signed into operation, will bring to immediate halt the issues of collapsed buildings currently ravaging our country. Just yesterday, we had another news, another building collapse. If these bills are passed, Your Excellency, it will surely put an end to construction collapse.
Good morning. President Muhammadu Buhari also met with the leadership of the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria.
Be assured that
the president underscored the need to expand the government's revenue base.
Today, we still rely on oil as our main source of income. This simply is not enough to meet our infrastructure, social services, and security needs. We have reviewed the National Tax Policy document with the aim of institutionalizing tax payment culture within the Nigerian workforce.
After all said, the presidency believes that through a fair and effective taxation, the nation can feel its revenue shortfall. From the presidential villa, Gloria Umezuke, Channels Television News.
In part two, after the break, after maintaining a 14% lending rate since 2016, the Central Bank of Nigeria slashes lending rates to 13.50%. We'll be joined by the CEO, Financial Derivatives, Mr. Bismarck Rouhani, on this. That's in a moment. Join us again.